How would you like to expand your services, add a brand new niche to your credit repair business, make more money, and have your clients love you for offering it? If that sounds like a dream, then stick around. My name is Daniel Rosen, and welcome to Credit Repair Business Secrets. Did you know that identity theft is the fastest growing crime worldwide? Last year, 33% of adults in the United States experienced identity theft, which is more than twice the global average. The world needs credit heroes to help in this area. So as I dive into identity theft resolution today, if you want to know more about how you can go from zero to credit hero with your very own profitable credit repair business in just 14 days, then click the link in this video description below or visit CreditHeroChallenge.com today. Okay, let's get into this. As a credit hero, you will run into folks that have accounts just show up on their credit reports that don't actually belong to them. The fraudulent accounts are usually credit cards because that's the easiest way for criminals to steal money using your identity. However, lately, identity thieves, they're getting way more creative. They may open all types of loans in your name. They may finance vehicles and chop them up for parts. They could file your taxes and steal your tax refund. And they can even get medical procedures under your identity and have you get stuck with the bill. When thieves get their dirty little hands on your personal information and assume your identity, the damage they can do is limitless. So I talked with our subject matter expert, Corey Gray, who ran a very successful credit repair business for over 20 years before joining Credit Repair Cloud. And Corey specialized in resolving identity theft issues. And he told me some horror stories that I'm never going to forget. One in particular was about a client of his that had her identity stolen. And you wouldn't believe what this woman went through. The crook that stole her identity, he took out mortgages on 7 rental properties over a span of a couple years. I mean, think of that. He bought 7 properties in her name. Okay, all this happened right under her nose. The guy, he changed her address on her credit report so she wouldn't be alerted to any of this. And then once he had all the 7 properties, he rented them out and collected rent for years. And then he took out second mortgages to drain all the equity. And he never paid the mortgages, but he continued collecting the rent payments. And then he let the homes fall into disrepair. But the real kicker is when it all came crashing down to cover his tracks, he actually filed bankruptcy in her name. And eventually, she learned about it when she applied for an auto loan and then was turned down. And that's when she found out that she had all these upside down mortgages, collections, and a Chapter 7 bankruptcy on her credit report. And she was completely devastated. Her world was turned upside down, and she had no idea if she would be able to get her life back. Can you imagine? I got to tell you, these thieves will stop at nothing. They are bold, and they will do virtually anything to steal your money and ruin your credit. Since this is such a big problem, and there is such a huge demand from clients needing help with resolving these kinds of issues, I'm going to share some strategies with you and walk you through step by step on how to help your clients clear up issues from identity theft, how to clear them up from their credit reports once and for all. And guess what? It's actually very simple. Now, before I share this secret with you, I need to make sure that you understand that this process should only be used in the case of actual identity theft. Okay? Because there are some sketchy people in the industry that attempt to sweep everything off their clients' credit reports using this method. And I need to warn you that if you are using this process for accounts that actually do belong to your client, then this would be very illegal, okay? Not only is it illegal, it is unethical, and it can land you and your clients in big trouble and possibly in jail because it involves filing a falsified police report. Okay? So as long as I am crystal clear about my warning, I'm going to tell you how to resolve identity theft in 5 simple steps. Step number 1, you review your client's credit reports with all 3 bureaus, and then you ask your clients which accounts are legitimate and which ones are identity theft. Step number 2, once you have confirmed that it is truly identity theft and you know exactly what accounts are fraudulent, the next thing you want to do is put a Band-Aid on to stop the bleeding. Okay, to do this, you instruct your client to call the 3 bureaus and request 2 separate things. First, they need to place a freeze on each bureau, okay? A freeze on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. This will stop the bureaus from releasing your credit report to lenders so that any applications that the crooks try to submit will get rejected. And next, they need to place an extended fraud alert on each of the 3 bureaus. This will alert your client for the next 7 years if anyone tries to open an account in their name. Step number 3, instruct your client to call the fraud department of all their creditors to let them know that their identity has been compromised and request a freeze of their accounts. You also want to make sure that they change all their passwords and all their PIN numbers, and this will stop the thief from accessing your client's real accounts. And then visit identitytheft.gov and report the identity theft to the Federal Trade Commission. Step number 4, it's time to make it official. Your client needs to file a police report with their local police department. You can do this by visiting the local police station. Many cities you can do this online, and it is very important to list all the accounts in the report. And when you're done, you need to get a physical copy of the police report because it's going to be used in the final step. Step 5. This last step is to dispute the items with the bureaus and the creditors in writing. You'll need to draft a letter, plus fill out an identity theft affidavit, then notarize it and send both documents to each of the bureaus and all the creditors that were impacted, along with a copy of the police report. And guess what? You can find the exact dispute letter that you need, as well as the identity theft affidavit, inside Credit Repair Cloud's library. Just search for Victim of Identity Theft with Affidavit, or just use our letter finder and it will guide you right to it. If you don't have a Credit Repair Cloud account yet, what are you waiting for? Get a 30-day free trial right now at creditrepaircloud.com. Now, on a side note, you can fill out the affidavit for your client, but your client must notarize it. This is an important step, so your client's creditors will take your client seriously, okay? Without notarization on this form, they will likely reject it. The affidavit formally documents the case, and the creditors that were impacted are required under federal law to remove the negative accounts from your client's credit report temporarily until the investigation has been completed. Again, you need to make sure that it is completely filled out, signed, notarized, and a copy of that police report is attached. Now, we also recommend for this that you send everything by certified mail with return receipt requested to create a proper paper trail. And at this point, you have covered all your bases. What usually happens now is a waiting game. Your client will start to receive notifications by mail from each creditor within a few weeks, letting them know the outcome of each investigation. And usually the creditors side with the victim. They delete the account from the credit report, and that's the end of the story. But in some cases, the bureaus or the creditors, they may drag their feet or ignore you. If this happens, you may need to follow up with the bureau or the creditor several times to get your desired outcome. Also, it's common for some of the decisions to be reversed. So if an old account pops up on your client's credit report, you may need to repeat the process. And that's the secret to identity theft resolution. So now you can add this to your list of services and start helping clients who've been a victim of identity theft. Oh, and by the way, Corey's client, who I told you about earlier, the one with the 7 mortgages and the bankruptcy filed in her name, guess what? She had her identity and her credit completely restored in less than 90 days. She was back to an 820 FICO score, and she was so thrilled to put the mess behind her. She told all her friends and family about Corey, and Corey got a ton of referrals out of it. And now you can do the same for your clients as you add this new niche service and continue changing lives. And if you want to use our proven and effective methods that we teach in our basic disputing course for verification, disputing accounts, sending warnings, being persistent with reinvestigations, doing interventions, filing complaints, demanding validation, and a ton of other real strategies that actually get you results, I am offering that certification course for free inside our Credit Hero Challenge, where we hold you by the hand as you launch your very own credit repair business in just a couple weeks, and for less than it costs to take your family to McDonald's for dinner. So to join the Credit Hero Challenge and get the basic disputing certification course for free, go to creditherochallenge.com. And if you're finding value in this podcast, click below to subscribe, okay? I don't want you to miss any episodes. And do me a favor and rate me and review me, or at least give me a thumbs up, because this is a new podcast and I can use all the help I can get. And I can't wait to see you in the next episode. So until then, be a credit hero and keep changing lives. Hey everybody, it's Daniel again, and really quick, I'd like to invite you to join what I believe is the best thing we have ever created inside the Credit Repair Cloud community. And it is a challenge that we call the Credit Hero Challenge. If you're just planning out your business or you're just getting it started and you dream of having a successful business of your own so you can quit your 9-to-5 and fire your boss and have financial freedom, or so you can add another revenue stream to your existing business, if that's your dream, you need to get into this challenge. We created this challenge to help you to create and launch your very own credit repair business, to build a proper foundation for a really successful business. This challenge is going to help you to understand the strategy, the tactics, and all the things you need to be successful at credit repair. It really is the greatest thing we have ever built, and it will change your life. So I recommend you do it right now. Stop everything, pause this audio, go online, and go to creditherochallenge.com. That's creditherochallenge.com, and join the next challenge. And there's a challenge that's starting in just a few days, so go get started right now at creditherochallenge.com.